Hello and welcome to Jackal Digital. I'm Simon and today we'll be looking at the monitor. Too long didn't watch? The monitor is amazing. The monitor in question is ViewSonic VX2758-2KP-MHD. Now Simon says, say that 3 times fast. The name doesn't sound gamery even though the monitor is supposed to be. Now, let's look what this monitor is all about. A little disclaimer. The video is not sponsored. I just made it because the monitor deserves it. And I know that my camera doesn't do it justice. Will this box bring a smile to my face? Only one way to find out. Now let's unbox it. The packaging is good and the Amazon box is almost twice as big, so it should prevent any shipping damage. And inside is a plain looking package. Usually gaming monitors come with the bling and boxes are no exceptions. This is in my opinion one of the cost-cutting measures ViewSonic took. So what's inside the box? A power cable, a pamphlet with tiny images on how to assemble it. We have an HDMI cable, and then we have the stand and the base of the stand itself. Et voila! And let's take a closer look, shall we? The stand has enough weight to it and I can't bend it. A quick wobble test shows that it still stands. When assembled, nothing screams, "Hey, I'm a gaming monitor." It just looks humble, with a nice design. The plastic on the bottom middle is not squeezed firmly to the panel like it is on the corners, and there are button icons on the side which are pointless because the buttons are on the back. It was at this moment I knew I messed up. Don't do as I do as I say. When peeling stickers off, you have to do it fast. It's the same thing as with waxing. The easiest way to fix this was to put the sticker back on and pull it off quickly. What stands out on the back are some spikes at the top, the VISA mounting holes, and the menu buttons. On the bottom left is the power socket, and on the bottom right we have a headphone jack, display port, and 2 HDMI ports. Based on this image, I got 144 Hz on HDMI 1.4 and 75 Hz on HDMI 2. Then I did some tests. First was the logo monitor test. The contrast here is quite bad, but that is because of the camera. I can distinguish between all of the bands. The clock and phase test also passed flawlessly, as did the sharpness test, but I could use a calibration device to set up the gamma properly. The blacks and whites are visible, but I can just barely distinguish between the true black and white. Or it's just me seeing things. I also checked the monitor contrast ratio, and while the images I took were good enough, one of them didn't meet the exact requirements, so the contrast ratio is most likely lower than the one I got. And this is how I took those images, and I just had enough Legos to do it. The next test was the monitor overclocking test, which passed at 144 Hz, and I also tried doing the ghosting test multiple times, but because of my setup I only got one somewhat decent image that shows that there is some ghosting. As for the backlight bleed and IPS glow, these are the most accurate images I could do with my camera. And now we have the ViewSonic on-screen display. The top menu button gives you quick menu access and the default is set to the viewing mode. We have the input selection, audio levels, view modes, which I suggest you leave on standard, and then you have the color adjustments where most of the magic happens. You have the contrast and brightness, which I lowered. The sRGB was just a little bit off, but the camera doesn't show the difference between it and my user-defined color. You can set the blue light filter, some black stabilization, and I advise you set the response time to ultra fast if using 144 Hz. I would also suggest that you enable adaptive sync. This is FreeSync, but FYI, if you want the advertised 1 millisecond response time, you have to disable it. And I wouldn't touch the economy mode if you need color accuracy. I have tested one of the oldest games I have, and it was also the only one with the flickering issue, but even that was only during loading screen. I couldn't miss this opportunity for some old-fashioned bashing. And I'm still able to see small changes in the environment, but shooting, that really showed that my skill has gone down. I have also tested CSGO, because it's the better optimized FPS game between the two. And it was honestly the best gaming experience I have ever had. Minus raging and 100 millisecond latency. And that's because shooting in CSGO just isn't the same as in Call of Duty. While I can't measure it, I can show the input lag and response time in CSGO, recorded at 240 FPS. The only thing is, my mouse clicks are not that noticeable. What I haven't mentioned yet, besides its name, ViewSonic VX2758-2KP-MHD, are the monitor specs. It's a 27-inch monitor, IPS, 1440p, 144 Hz, 1 millisecond response time, which makes it the holy pentafecta, in its price range of about $300. The panel is the same as on the Pixio PX7 monitor, but the difference is you can actually buy the ViewSonic monitor in Europe. What this monitor also has is FreeSync, and supposedly is G-Sync enabled, but as I don't have a DisplayPort cable on hand, I couldn't test that. Because its panel is IPS, it has great viewing angles, has a 10-bit color gamut with good color accuracy, advertised as DCI-P3 at 96%, NTSC at 93%, and sRGB at 131%. It's been now almost a month and I couldn't be happier with the monitor. It's big enough for all my needs, has the color accuracy I was looking for, and is also future-proof purchase-wise as far as gaming goes. Now obviously not everything is perfect. The first downside of this monitor that I see are the speakers. I wouldn't use them or the headphone jack, since they have the same sound quality, which is just bad. So bad even that any cheap dedicated 2.1 speaker system sounds better. ViewSonic could get rid of them to either drive the cost down or use that budget towards either buttons or the stand. The buttons could use better positioning as they need some time getting used to and are also very loud. The last thing they could improve is the stand by making it fully adjustable. As a bonus, you can download the ViewSonic ViewSplit app, which enables you to split up your monitor into multiple screens. So what monitors do you think will be announced at CES 2020? Leave a comment. If you liked the video, thumbs up. Until next time, Jackals, keep it digital.